They were here last year, so that's all what happened. Everything can change real fast.
Tony, what did you guys do to really effectively take Zebo out of the game yesterday? Was it a little bit of everything?
Well, you know, he's the main focus. You know, he's a great player, all-star, and the best scorer on the team. So we have a lot of attention on him, double, triple team him. He's very hard to stop. And yesterday we did a good job, but you know, I'm from the same draft of Zach, so I've been knowing him a long time. He's gonna come back strong next game, so we're gonna have to be ready.
Tony, what made the offense hum last night particularly well?
But we made shots. You know, when you make shots, you know, basketball is a little bit easier. And we know we're not going to shoot like that every game. It was just one of those games. Everything clicked. So, you know, against Golden State, we were shooting terrible. And yesterday it went in. We did anything different? No, we just moved the ball and try to take good shots. And hopefully, you know, we can do the same thing tomorrow.
So there's such a... Is there any relief in playing? Warriors had you guys...
Yeah, but Golden State, it was almost opposite. You know, they play transition threes, they play fast, they had great scorers, and Memphis is more inside, in the paint, try to slow down Mark and Zach, but they're very effective too. It's still going to be very hard.
So were you at all surprised, though, that they're the best defense in the NBA, and you guys were able to really put on a clinic for 48 minutes?
Like I said, it's just one game. It's just one game. And Memphis, they are very, very good defense. You know, we had a rough time against them during the regular season, so we know it's going to be tough.
There's been a handful of times in these playoffs where Tim comes off the floor for an extended period, and you guys go on a game-changing run without him. Obviously, you guys are better with Tim Duncan, but what are you guys
what
seeing?
You trying to say? You trying to make me say we better without Tim? That's what you're trying to say?
You just said it. What are you guys seeing in those times?
I think it's just coincidence. Yeah. I think it's just coincidence. Obviously, we're way better when Timmy's on the court, and when Timmy plays, he was an all-star this year, unbelievable this year. So I think it's just coincidence.
Does it mean something to you guys that you guys are able to have those kind of runs even with him on the bench?
I think in a lot of stretches in the season, you know, they play without me, they play good, they play without Manu, we play without Manu, without Timmy. You know, the whole team, you know, it's like if somebody goes down, you know, we have a lot of guys, they're ready to step up.
Tony, every couple of years, y'all seem to plug in like a couple of new guys maybe out of nowhere. And it just seamlessly works. How does that happen?
Well, I think the Spurs, they're one of the best of finding players, and they keep doing a great job in the draft. And you know, RC and Coach Pop, they got a great feel, you know, to bringing players that are gonna adapt to our system.
Sometimes they bring in somebody, I've never heard this guy. Who's that? And then all of a sudden, like a week later, you go, wow.
Yeah, but they've been knowing to do that a long time. You know, they started, you know, with me and Manu. You know, Manu was 57, 58 in the draft, so they do a great job.
How, if at all, Tony, has Pop changed?
Excuse me?
How has Pop changed over the years, if at all? Tim just told me he thinks he's more fiery than he used to be.
Yeah, I think because we know how rare it is. The opportunity to go to the finals and to win a championship is very rare. So I think Pop is like more like, yeah, that fire, because, you know, the last time we went to the finals, it was 2007, a long time ago. So he realized that and got that fire from last year too. You know, last year, you know, we were really disappointed.
Do you see coach any differently now than he did in the past? Anything jump out at you about the way he's...
Not really, just more fire.
Tony, do you sense anything with Memphis in terms of what you guys used to be, how they're building a team? Do you sense any comparisons?
Yeah, I think they did a great job. You know, finding Michael Conley and Marc Gasol, and that was a big gamble. You know, and obviously paid off big time. Tony Allen, Zach. You know, the way they build, they have a very complete team. So it's one of the best NBA teams.
Are you surprised? I mean, a couple of years ago, they were one of the worst teams in the NBA, and now they're here fighting to get into the finals.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time to build a team and let the players improve and let the young guys, you know, blossom. And, you know, they beat us in 11. You know, 2012, they were great. This year, they're great. You know, so it's been 3 years now. They're a very, very solid team.
Tony, you and Tim and Manu have been together for so long, and here you are on the cusp of maybe making another NBA final. Do you ever wonder if this might be the last go-around for the three of you together?
No, we don't think like that, because if we listen to you guys, we'd be done in 2008, you know what I mean? So we don't think like that. We just try to improve every year, and every year we always feel we have a great chance, you know, to win a championship, and sometimes you fall short, sometimes you win it, you know, it's sports, you know, and Last year we were close. This year we have another great opportunity to try to go to the next step, to the finals.
How impressed are you with Kawhi, what he's giving you, given he's only his second year?
He's okay. He's okay. He's playing great. He's playing unbelievable. Playing great defense, knocking down shots, and I think he's improving every year. And you can see the difference from last year. You know, he's playing with a lot more confidence. You can see that the playoff experience from last year is helping him this year.
Coach has said that he may be a face of the franchise going forward.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I think that's what we're building for. You know, after Timmy, Manu, and me, you know, that's definitely going to be Kawhi, definitely.
Tony, you said it can turn any time. We know that. Like last year, Oklahoma, you were up 2-0 and then it turned. And I know Pop after the season said it was a case of identity theft. You know, they started playing like. What do you do? You know, tomorrow they're going to really try to impose their will on you. You know, what do you have to just keep playing Spurs
The main thing
basketball?
is keep playing Spurs basketball. You know, and make sure even if they're going to pressure us or play physical and all the stuff they're going to do, we still have to be ourselves.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, thanks.
What adjustments do you anticipate the Grizzlies making?
Well, they're going to play a better game. They're going to be upset, hurt, and when that happens, the other team plays with a lot more emotion. We know they didn't play a great game. We know they didn't play their usual defense, so we definitely expect them to be tougher and better.
Early on, were you surprised on how many mistakes they made and how you were able to jump on them?
I'm not sure exactly how many mistakes they made early. I know we played very well, and they were not very effective. That is going to change. There's no team that is going to, you know, not a great team that's going to play bad games 2 in a row. So we got to step up and do even better because we're going to see a different Memphis.
They've been known this year to bounce back really efficiently. What have you seen in them that lets them do that, that allows them to be able to bounce back?
Well, it's always easier to bounce back after a loss than, you know, maintain your intensity after a great win. So we got to know that. We got to realize that that's what happens most of the times. So we are in a tough spot now. We won the first one, we did great, but we don't have to relax because they're going to be hurt, they're going to be upset, and they're going to want to reverse what they did. So it's going to be a very tough game for us, and hopefully we do keep in mind and we do take the next game as if we are 0-0, like if the series starting there.
That'll be upset would be Zach, I suppose. What did you guys do so well that just frustrated him, got him off his game?
No, not only Zach, everybody's going to be, because Zach didn't lose the game, Memphis did, and they are going to be hurt, and they're a great team. They play hard, so we expect that. So we expect it from everybody, not just from Zach. What we did on him, we did what we've been trying to do for 5 years. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, of course, we executed a bit better, but he just had an off night.
Is this an easier task than the Warriors in terms of the depth? I mean, Golden State had you guys out on the perimeter a lot more shooters, more options. These guys, you know, it's Mark and Zach.
They are a different team. One is a perimeter-oriented team with a lot of shooters, fast break, mismatches, and this is a pound type of team. They are the best defense in the league, or one of the top 3, and we don't expect to score 108. I think we scored every game. It's not going to be easy, and for sure, if they made it this far, it's because they are good. They just had an off night. And we don't have to believe for 1 second that beating them by 20 means that, you know, we are so much better than them at all. It's just one game, and history is done. Now we gotta get ready for the next one with the same mentality as game 1.
Did you sense that they were frustrated at all?
No.
Did you sense that they were frustrated at all at any time when you were going on those big runs?
Well, of course, that when you are down 15-20. You made a great effort to cut it back to 6, and then the opponent start making threes. So it's frustrating. It's disappointing because you made a great effort, but it's not that they're going to carry their disappointment or the frustration for the next game. It's over. We both very experienced teams, and we know that in playoff series, everything happens.
Most of the new guys here, past few years, you plug in some new guys and keep going. But they always say it's made easy because Manu and Tony and Tim, they help us. I mean, you make the transition easier for new guys because you see a lot of new guys coming through here, and y'all plug them in and keep going.
We try to help the same way that the coaches try to help, or the front office. We all understand that making a new player feel comfortable and confident in this system is going to help all of us. So what we are seeing from Danny Green, Kawhi, Thiago, even Boris that got here a year ago, Gary Neal has been now 3, but is impressive. Players that were not proven NBA players, are not many other coaches or teams trusted them. Seeing what they are doing now is unbelievable. So very, very proud of that.
Manu, virtually your entire roster has been here before, and Memphis only has a couple of guys who have gotten to this level. What does that experience do for you heading into the midst of this series?
Being where?
To the conference finals.
To the conference finals. Well, I know that we've been in the conference finals for a few times, but Memphis had already have a core of players that have been playing with each other, that have beaten us too, and that they play very well together. So I'm not sure that the fact that this is the conference finals is going to change them. That's who they are, and they've won series before, and they are a good team.
Welcome, another edition of Scatter Shooting. Glad to have Sean Elliott here as we discuss the exciting Game 1 victory by the Spurs, a blowout. And not surprised that they won, Sean. I am surprised a little bit that they controlled it throughout. Are you?
Yeah. Not really. I've been waiting for this team to show up the entire playoffs. I think we've kind of struggled and crawled, through the first 2 rounds. And tonight we got out there and we sprinted through a team, and that was really nice to see. We got back to playing Spurs basketball, and we move it and we share it and we make the right decisions on the offensive end of the floor and we execute, and then we follow the game plan on the defensive end of the floor. We're going to be a tough out for anybody.
It seemed early on when the Spurs jumped out to that big lead that they did just that, of getting everybody involved right from the beginning.
That's the key to our ball club. We always pounded into everybody about the big 3, and rightfully so. But we also talk about the fact that in order for this team to win an NBA championship, they're going to need their secondary players and their role players to come along for the ride. And you look at the results from tonight's game. If you just look at the box score, 34 points from Tim, Tony, and Manu. They don't have to dominate the game on the offensive end of the floor for us to put up big numbers and win. What they have to do is they have to make everybody else around them better. That's exactly what those 3 guys did tonight, and you see the blowout.
Well, part of that contribution led to a Spurs playoff record, 14 threes on 29 attempts. I've been kind of waiting for that to happen because this team shot it well most of the regular season, but really hadn't exploded into the playoffs.
Well, the ball was like a hot potato tonight, and there wasn't any hesitation. The first 2 rounds, that ball didn't swing around the horn like it should have. I think everybody was kind of looking for themselves. We didn't take the opponent as seriously as we should have. And tonight you saw what Pop calls the appropriate amount of respect for the team. That's why when the ball comes out of double teams or is coming from the left side of the floor, it's swinging around the horn. We have a sense of urgency, and we're trying to execute, and we're trying to make the extra pass. And it's great to see, even though it's come this far and this late in the playoffs.
Well, the defense was outstanding. Anytime you only allow 83 points and you limit Memphis to 43% shooting, and Zach Randolph not scoring until 9 minutes to go in the game, can they duplicate that?
Absolutely, because their defense has been getting better and better and better. And now it's up for Memphis. It's up to them to make the adjustments. Because if you look at the way we play defense tonight, why don't you stick with that same game plan? You don't need to make a lot of adjustments. You see what Memphis, what their counter is, how they come out, how they try to free Zach Randolph up so he can get some easy buckets or get some shots on the perimeter. You see what kind of plays or what kind of strategies they're going to implement, and maybe you react to that. But right now, you've done a terrific job. Your first serve is an ace. See how they respond.
All right, we look forward to it, and we'll be back with you another edition of Scatter Shooting after Game 2.